I'm sitting right here.
All right.
So we on. Somebody's already on the comment.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to start off by giving all praise to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, it's Great Millstone, Dallas. We have a brother from Great Millstone, Houston. Just breaking bread, you know, sort of speaking on things that are happening, current events, looking out into the world, how dark it's getting. All right, and you know, as the priest Mike Allah was saying when he came in, you know, this word is pretty much the only thing left. All right, as the scriptures say, the Lord have set forth the apostles last, man, and all of these other philosophies are losing their juice. They're getting dried up by ultimately the Holy Spirit. That's why, like we were saying, you see the likes of Sanetter, they don't really talk about Egyptology or going back to Africa. That talk, that's pretty much waned out in the 90s. It was cute in 2000s, and then it's pretty much all dried up. So now he has to talk about the Israelites. Everybody has to pretty much talk about the Israelites because the Israelites are ultimately in the driver's seat through the Holy Spirit. All right, all of the corruption that has ran the earth is now being swallowed up via the Holy Spirit that has been put in lowly men. That's why the scriptures say the Lord have chosen the base things of the world to confound the things that are great. Case in point, a Edomite scientist can put together a bomb to kill 1 million people, and he's looked at as a genius. He's looked at as a great, wise man because he created a nuclear bomb to destroy people, but then the wisdom that we're coming with is going to actually save people, man.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's going to bring the earth back to life, man. So the wisdom of this world is becoming foolish because this truth is coming out. Somebody got a precept?
I have a precept.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries,
right,
wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
And that's what's happening there. If you look out into the world, you see all of these distractions and little weirdo things happening on the left hand. Will and Jada, the whole trying to put the narrative that we're the carriers of this virus that they created. All of these things are enchantments that Esau are trying to use to not only deceive the people's minds, but he wants to come at the Israelites.
Right.
He wants to use particular pseudosciences and reasonings to justify wiping Jake out. And he's doing that. He's got all of then the freakism is at an all-time high. These are all enchantments because when people are confused with sex, when sexual perversion is on the rise, there's also a mass confusion that comes along with that, man. And Esau is trying to thrive off all of these things, but is the lie going to be true? Are those enchantments going to work?
Right. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, and just for edification, the word prognosticator comes from prognosticate, which means foretell or prophesy, and that's what they're trying to do on the left-hand side with these events. You know, with a Hegelian dialect, they're trying to dictate both of the groups for a foretold, outcome where it's not going to be advantageous for them in that time of the Lord visiting this place. It actually all the things that they had turned upside down is going to eventually be esteemed as potter's clay or as nothing. Alluding to Isaiah the 45th chapter. So they've done all these things in the name of them being as God, but guess what? It's going to, in all actuality, be detrimental for them when Yahweh by Shemi Yahweh returns, or when Yahweh sent his son, Yahweh to return to reign.
Right. And at the forefront of before that happens, the prophets are out there. So the wisdom of Yahweh by Shemi is being made known via the prophets, man. Now everything that we heard sounds so stupid, man. Now we have the eyesight to see that, you know, the things that people follow and the behavior of people, it's not advantageous, it's not good, man. Pretty much all of it, like you said, they have their left-hand prophets set up to where they're trying to plan events and bring forth their new world order on the left-hand side. Events that they put in their books and their movies and their cartoons. And then they'll actually have these things happen to trick themselves and that they're literally in control.
Right.
Yeah, they believe that they're the Most High. They literally have their own prophecies that they fulfilled. A lot of these events are planned events, and they put them out there in front of people, and they thrive off of how, because this whole Black Lives Matter started with George Floyd. That was a planned event, bro. Clearly, when you look at the whole thing, it was a planned event. Now, whether the nigga is dead or whatever, okay, yeah, he's probably dead, but it was a sacrifice. Prince is probably dead. Didn't they put that in The Simpsons?
Yep.
Right.
So these things that are happening on the earth are basically Esau trying to trick himself into bringing forth this new world order through all of these staged events, man.
That's right.
That's right, man. Yeah. With this whole now they're pushing this whole anti-Semitism thing real big, right? When you go to the Anti-Defamation League, the anti-Semitism, the belief or behavior hostile toward Jews, just because they are Jewish, it may take the form of religious teachings that proclaim the inferiority of Jews.
Right.
So they coming.
Right.
They coming. They're going to direct all that's going on, man.
Right.
You know.
In California, they're banning Bible gatherings.
Yep.
So this world is truly, they're coming after this word because they know why all of this is happening.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just like in Egypt, Pharaoh, the plagues were being spoken by Moses and Aaron. That once they spoke those things, they happened.
Yep.
So they're trying to cut off this word and cut off the true wisdom and replace it with artificial intelligence and witchcraft, man, and sorcery.
This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt.
This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. You got some more?
Still in verse 13. The monthly procrastinators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
Right, and that's how you know it's talking about Esau. This chapter is speaking of the daughter of Babylon, but it said they shall be as stubble. And that also tells Esau that in the book of Obadiah, that he would be as stubble. So you can link those two as well, man. So let's see if you're going to be able to lie your way or trick the Most High. See, that's what he's trying to do. He thinks he's going to just be able to trick the Most High. That he's going to be able to use artificial intelligence, pseudoscience, and all of these lies to create a false existence and a false reality, man. And that is going to prosper. So let's see if Abramovich, the spirit cooking chick, which she's now all involved with this microchip thing and bringing forth this artificial intelligence as well. Because these are all witches, man. So let's see if all of this BS that you're doing is going to save you from what the true story writer is going to do to your ass, man. You can break it down.
Come on. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, and I'm going to start at verse 14. Yet his meat is in his bowels, is turned. It is the gall of asps within him, and that meat is symbolic for all the things that he had swallowed down, going into the pseudosciences, all the wickedness that he's done on the earth. This is what's upon, this is the power that's been given unto him, and this is what he's eating. But when you read this here, it goes into while he's in the process of eating this, pushing this new world order, fulfilling that agenda, which ultimately was formed through witchcraft. It goes into it right here, what's going to happen to him in the next verse. Verse 15 says, he shall swallow down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey, and the butter. But the main point was going into that previous verse, where he had swallowed down riches. And when you read this here, it's going in the past tense. So you know this is a future prophecy, but this is a process of it right now. In the middle of him trying to fulfill his new world order and that witchcraft that the brother was going into in Isaiah, the Most High is going to cast that judgment upon his head, man. And we know that, and that's why we rejoice at the end of the day. Because this devil's time is up, man. There's too much wickedness he's done on the earth, and now it's time for this nasty nigga to be revealed, man.
That's right.
He's being revealed.
Right, it said in the sufficiency of his, get that, he shall be in straits.
He shall be in straits.
Job, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Hey, somebody get Isaiah 45 and 20, or 42 and 25, real quick.
42?
Yep, Isaiah 40, wait, maybe
Is it
44 and
40?
25.
Okay, 42 and 24.
44 and 25.
44 and 25.
Yep.
Okay, you got it right.
It's 44 and 25.
Yep.
Isaiah 44 and 25, it says, thus that frustrate the
Start
tokens.
at 24.
Isaiah 44 and 24, it says, thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord.
Esau's trying to take over that process
Yes.
of how people come onto the earth.
Right.
He's trying to manufacture sex. He's trying to manufacture food. He's trying to make 3D meat. He's trying to make 3D niggas.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to do. He's literally trying to be the Most High, man. Go ahead.
And he that formed thee from the womb, I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself,
That's right. Go ahead.
that frustrated the tokens of the liars,
Mm-hmm.
and maketh the diviners mad.
Right. He makes the diviners mad, and that's what's happening. All right. We're that burdensome stone.
That's right. That's right.
We can get that too. We're that burdensome stone. Ultimately, that's burdening this man's plans.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thought he was just going to skip his way to the finish line in wickedness, but the Lord sent forth the prophets, and now there's a shameful spewing
Beautiful.
being
That's right.
brought on his glory.
That's right.
So he's frustrating the token of liars
Mhm.
and making diviners mad. Go ahead.
Hey,
Go
if I
ahead.
can say support, like in this study Bible, it said that word tokens of liars, it basically goes into signs of the babblers.
That's right.
Mm.
Yep.
You know,
Mm.
basically babblers.
Mhm.
Reminds you of what it talks about in Matthew 24, no, Matthew 6, when it goes into how to pray to the Heavenly Father, and how these you know what I'm saying, idol worshipers with those that vain babbling,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, remind me of that. That's what it's going into. These guys that are doing all this witchcraft, you know what I'm saying, they have to constantly repeat it, things of that nature in the media, things of that nature for it to be true.
Man,
It's crazy. The Hebrew word for liars is bad or bad.
Bad.
Or bad.
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 Yes.
Bad.
Empty talk.
Idle talk.
Empty talk. That's what it says. Idle talk, empty talk, a liar. You know.
you said like with the repetitiveness
Mhm.
of these things being spoken of witchcraft, this is pseudoscience.
Yeah.
It's off of Google, a collection of beliefs or practices mistakenly regarded as being based on scientific method.
And that, if I can say, pseudoscience is under the banner really of scientific racism,
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
which started with evolution and branched off to different fields like eugenics and feminists, eugenic feminists and things of that nature.
Sexual revolution.
And also anthropology. People don't talk about that. Now the person who was coined anthropology was Johann Blumenbach, but people he had predecessors like
Right.
Carl Linnaeus, Linnaeus, and things of that nature, which tried to quantify race based off of observation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they utilize these various school systems to implement their lies, man. And it starts for us from birth. They did the same thing together with the simulation field,
Right.
schools, man.
That's
And they do all those things to implant demons on our people, man.
That's right.
Those lies
That's so crazy.
that is spoken about, that vain babbling.
Mhm. Hey, if you look at it, even when you look at the school system right now with this whole pandemic situation, who are the first ones they're trying to throw back into schools? The Israelites.
Yeah.
So they can indoctrinate you in this new beast system that they're putting out, man. And they want Jake to be compliant within that,
That's right.
which goes back to that pseudoscience or that vain babbling that the brothers are going into, man.
That's right. And this is where we at. All of these different doctrines, going back to the Tower of Babel.
Mm-hmm.
What did Nimrod do? When you read the story, he made many wide paths to destruction, meaning all of these different philosophies. And the top god was Anu. which what was his claim to fame was torturing children.
Right.
So we're living with all of those vain babblings all over again in this new Babylon. You got it, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, just to go deeper into that word that you brought out, this is H 908. You know, but God, it says to devise, contrive, invent. You know, bad sense.
Yeah, in a bad sense.
Yeah.
To invent in a
So
bad
invent
sense.
in the bad, artificial wisdom,
Yep.
artificial intelligence.
Right.
Black, white, red. The way he even changed the races. The scriptures tell you the names of the nations of the people.
Yeah.
But he's hidden them and gave them false names. He named himself white. There's no such thing as a white race.
Right.
That was a part of the pseudoscience because with colors comes vibrations and different emotions that are associated with them.
That's
So
right.
that's why he, for years, has been able to get away with doing any and everything he wanted to do because he's simply white.
Yeah.
And we're black. Go ahead.
That's why no, you go.
That God complex.
Right.
When you look into that definition, it's infallibility. What's infallibility? Not to admit that you're wrong. And it's also included privilege. We know what that privilege is, an Edomite.
Right.
Having so-called white supremacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why painting the Jews white is so important to his enterprise, man. Because we have to remember religion is a handmaid for white supremacy.
That's right.
Case in point, look what they did to Christianity. So for them to paint themselves as the people of Yahweh or the real Jews is very, very important because that's a part of them being seen as the most supreme race. Because if being a Jew didn't matter, then why there's such a push to be one?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they getting billions of dollars to you know, for their funding, for their you know what I'm saying, their state or their country? Why is it so important?
Yeah.
I got a question. Going into the babbling and the words and their agenda. This is Revelation chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. All right, because this is a remake of pretty much that ancient Roman Empire with those vassal states. Okay, but as it was healed, we see it re-erected as America, NATO, and the EU, going into this whole beast system, right? And it's comprised of witchcraft.
Right.
Okay.
Well, the Renaissance, when you look at it, was really the rebirth of their image,
Right.
their art,
Right. That's right.
their scientists, their philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
the classics. You know,
Yep.
that's really, you know, that was a big part of it. You know,
Gone. Verse 4. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who was like the beast, who was able to make war with him. And the reason why it's worshipped due to all the witchcraft he was doing. That illusion that he's this God, man.
That's right.
You know, when people are comforted to this system, they go down to Egypt for help. You know, they're all into it,
they
man.
worship them.
The words that he's speaking, they hear it. Of course, the words that we speaking, ain't nobody listening to it.
Mhm.
But when it comes to this devil, everybody adheres to it. You know?
People don't even care about a paradise being set up on earth anymore.
Right.
They'll rather the artificial intelligence.
That's right, bro.
That's their salvation.
That's right.
The next device that makes it easier for me to live life.
Right. That's right. That's right.
That's what they're looking at as salvation.
Come.
But, you know, instead of what the Lord got planned.
Hey, we was having a conversation before we came in here going into a regular Christian,
Yeah.
how they don't look for the Lord to come back.
Yeah.
They are not excited about the Lord coming back, man. That is not in their conversation at all because they're engulfed in this witchcraft.
Yeah. What's the scripture say? Woe to them that desire the day of the Lord.
That's right. That's right.
Brother, go say something.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's too far fetched for them because they don't have faith in this, man.
Right.
And Esau's technology and his false creations or his creations on the carnal side versus what we saying is the Most High's promise and they can't see it happening because they so like you said they too caught up on seeing Esau's development and his creations.
Right.
Right.
Okay, what you talking about? That's some fairy tale shit.
Right.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
What
We
we say
talking
is
about
small
flying.
fish.
Yeah. Shoot fireballs.
But they want the chip. Ultimately, the chip is salvation. It's pseudo salvation.
Yeah.
The chip, see, the Lord is going to put the law, statutes, commandments in the inward part of the Israelites. Esau says, I'm going to put the chip in you and upgrade you.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
You know, let's get that back in Isaiah 40. Or you got some more?
Just a little more on this one. This is the point right here in the next verse. Verse 5 says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things.
Mm-hmm.
What is that mouth? That's that babbling, man.
Yeah.
You know? A mouth speaking great things, which goes back to bada, bad in the Hebrew, and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name. And what goes on within his name? Life, the prophets, you know, everything that he deemed good. When you read it in the creation, he wanted to do his own flip to it and said, we're going to do it our own way. His image. That's right.
They blaspheme the image of the Lord, man.
Yep. Straight up.
The manhood. It's all being blasphemed there.
That's right.
To think like a man and be a man, you're a savage in
Man,
this
you a
world.
horrible person.
You're a horrible person.
Man, real talk. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
He blasphemed the angels. He got people thinking the angels is a big green nigga with big black eyes,
Right.
you know,
Right.
getting off the UFO, looking for a sandwich, you know. That's what people think. E.T., you know, riding a bike
With a hoodie.
Yeah, bro. You go into Roswell, New Mexico, that had taken place in the early 1900s. Well, I should say the mid 1900s, and they say it was a UFO that crashed down in Roswell, New Mexico. What? That's blasphemy right there, man. That's an angel.
But for years, they've been saying that shit, and it's all good.
Right.
They are aliens.
Man.
But the minute we say they angels, we bug the hell out.
Man.
But you know what? It's supposed to be, with this wisdom, it's supposed to be foolishness.
That's right. That's right.
So that's why Esau, the diviners, read that again in Isaiah 45 or 44.
Isaiah 44 and 25, it says, that frustrated the token of the liars and maketh the diviners mad and turned wise men backward.
His wise men are being turned backwards, man. We're starting to finally see that this great, glorious light that he proclaimed to have is darkness. It's been presented as light because of the instant gratification you get, but people are significantly dumber. Men don't know how to be men. People don't know how to live. Women don't know how to be women. Children are all confused, sitting in front of the damn TV and the laptop all day. People walking around, jogging with masks on.
Confusion, bro.
Studs leading the whole Black Lives Matter thing, which we read the mission statement there. It's just nothing but invoking more demons. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 10, verse 22. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
Right. The light is actually darkness. It's presented as a very tasteful. Hey, what did Eve say when she saw that? Get that? Somebody get that in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. When she saw that the tree was to make one wise. When she tasted of that fruit, it was basically, it's good to the flesh. So people now you get, you know, you can cook, you know, you can microwave, you know, and get some shit cooked in 20 seconds, but look, it's all destroyed, there's no nutrients in it. See, people don't read anymore. People don't read instructions or nothing. You can, everything is just instantly right there. You don't have to work for nothing anymore. You can go on the internet and get a whole wife. You know, like what the fuck?
35.6.
Go ahead.
You said 4, verse 4, right? Okay, verse 5. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 5. For the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
See, this is what Esau's telling you, and this is the serpent. And when you look up the serpent, it wasn't no damn snake, man.
Right.
He had the characteristics of a serpent, but it was actually a particular man or a nation of people with wisdom. And when you go to the word nakash for serpent, it's a diviner.
Right. Right.
It's the same thing that we've been talking about since we started, man. Isaiah 47, monthly prognosticators. That strange wisdom. So the serpent brought the same thing that Esau's bringing.
That's right.
It was in a different fashion back then, but now it's more artificial intelligence and technology.
To cater to the flesh.
To cater to your flesh, man.
That's right, bro. when you read it in Revelation the 13th chapter, where it talks about that serpent becoming that dragon, it talks about how he brought miracles on the planet
Miracles,
Earth.
right?
And that was through his witchcraft, which was nothing but an illusion, which goes back to media,
Right,
you know?
right,
That's why they always use the term, man. It's watch out for these snakes.
right.
Watch out for, like, bro, it's not no damn little python. Bro,
Mhm.
watch out, bro. They characteristics, they traits, they don't have no integrity. They a snake. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's
Look,
right.
That's what Christianity pushes. It's a snake.
Yeah.
Came with an apple. How did he? What did he do? Like, snakes ain't got arms. How did he
Right.
get with their apple?
He swallowed it and threw it back up.
Yeah, he slid it on the ground.
Well, back then it had arms and legs because it
Right.
didn't get cursed to his belly.
But
so
you
it
know
could
what?
grab that.
You'd be better off listening to a snake than a Christian.
Real
Yeah.
talk. Real talk.
I got that word, snake, Nawash,
Yeah, Nachash.
Nachash, it says to practice divination.
Right. Yep.
Mhm.
For serpent. Yep, that's the word for serpent.
That's right.
That's the difference.
That's right.
Spells.
Spells,
Spells.
divination. You know.
That's right.
Abracadabra, hocus pocus.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or
The shit they made us
basically-
grow up loving.
Basically, all the stuff that, basically, a spell is something that's basically not true. When you see magicians and stuff like that,
Yeah.
a lot of them is based off of an illusion, and that's how he has ruled his whole kingdom off an illusion. The whole concept of money,
Yes.
it's an illusion.
It's an illusion,
It's fiat currency. It's not real.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? The relationship between man and women, it's an illusion.
Right.
It's lack thereof. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It is, you know, the relationship you have with your children, it's an illusion. It's based off of what you buy in certain events. It's no real teaching.
That's right.
You don't have time to teach your children, man.
Yeah.
Love, the whole concept of love. Everything is based off of something that's tempered, man.
Roman romanticide. Romance.
Yeah.
Right.
Back
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's based off of something that is a lie, something that is really, in all actuality, detrimental unto you.
Yep.
And he has ruled the whole world with that understanding.
Right. That's right. Hey, even when you go to a spell, it's a composition of words they put together to put witchcraft on you, man.
Yeah,
It goes back to that babbling that you was
That
going into
Babylon,
earlier.
that Babylon.
The great words he's speaking, it's all witchcraft.
It's great swelling word.
Read that again in Genesis 3.
Come on, this is you can just read verse 5 again? Or just
Yes.
Okay. This is Genesis 3 and 5. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Right, and this is what Esau's trying to tell humanity.
Mm-hmm.
This wisdom, that they're even talking about living thousands of years now.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're talking about living like immortality.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally, they're trying to do that shit on the left-hand side.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, people don't know how to live.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do for eternity?
Bro.
This?
Yes.
Like what? You gonna smoke cigarettes for like you gonna be alive forever, but you gonna smoke cigarettes and get men ramming other men up the you know?
This shit is wild.
What are you gonna do forever?
Yeah, you niggas got social distancing going on in masks. Stop.
Right, forever? So forever and ever you're gonna have to get shots but then you're immortal.
They gonna try to just plug you up to a damn machine.
Right.
This is a true matrix. That's why they're coming in with virtual reality and things of that nature.
This shit is crazy.
Come.
Go ahead.
Genesis 3 and 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired, desired to make one wise.
Woo!
She
That's
was
what
engulfed
saw.
in that.
She was engulfed. Hey, even when the prophets saw America, they were like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, they were in awe at how beautiful it looked. You know, even though now it's tarnished, but this, you know, it was like, whoa, but it was actually deception.
Right.
That's why I said the skirt is being lifted on that whore. Because she comes across as this pure, loving, but now then you find out the chick eating children and drinking blood, and she got, you know, all sorts of skulls falling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Got a stud boyfriend.
A stud boyfriend. We may find out the dang woman on the horse was a man. The woman on the beast.
Real talk.
You know,
Trained.
in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the spirit. The androgynous spirit is here.
Yeah.
Where are you going to get with that? So you're gonna do that forever, forever.
Right.
Trannies, like, well, what are you doing?
No life comes from that.
But then when we say on the right hand side, we want righteousness and new fruits and gold forever and life and to clean the water, we're demons.
We're at fault.
That's how you know we're in hell, man.
Yeah. That's right.
For saying we want righteousness.
For saying we want righteousness and willing to call out the cancer that's causing hell in the earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right, man. That's why we're going to have witness protection from on high, because we're actually witnessing against this wisdom, which is very dangerous. What we're doing ain't like, people talk about this, we all scary, all y'all do is sit and do videos. Well, all y'all niggas do, like Grandmaster Jay, that nigga do more sit downs than us. I thought we just sitting in the house, and now this nigga just sitting in the house. He ain't going nowhere. In this word, it's nothing else to talk about, man.
Right. Right.
This world has gone in a way of darkness that it's not cute no more.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't time to play. It's time. We're in a real serious spiritual war here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got some more?
It's a little more.
So the tree, the wisdom, when she tasted it, she's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like this system in this world, like the flesh. If you're a fleshly and carnal person, you can go out here and do whatever you want.
Yep. And can't nobody tell you nothing for doing it.
Yeah. It's a platform for you to do whatever you want.
Right. That's right.
Flesh.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Esau been constantly conquering us, man.
Right.
Yep.
Getting in our the damn women's head and then shit. Okay, this is the avenue to get to them.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Right after Jake gets drunk off one thing, Esau brings something else.
Mm-hmm.
If he really cared about you, he would first start with the solution of what's wrong with you, man,
Yep.
and work towards fixing your spirit. But after all of the hell you've been through, now you marching for gay rights. What is that going to do for your cause?
Right.
How is that going to help? But you literally in your mind think you're doing something good.
Mm.
You can't tell them who they can love and all that. Like,
Ain't
damn,
that something?
man.
Ain't that something?
Niggas have become absolutely nasty, man. Like, niggas are nastier than everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 80s, you used to kind of have to hide being, but now they got pumps on, walking around. Go ahead.
Continuing on in verse 6, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
And look what came from that. They repaired the serpent. What's better than paradise?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to convince somebody? That's how big of a demon it is. He convinced them that I have wisdom that is better than paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he's doing right now, man.
Come. That's right.
And you Jakes are selling your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Esau threw it away. He threw the blessing away.
Yep.
And now you got you Jakes doing the exact same thing, man.
Right.
When he gave away that birthright, he sold his soul
Mm-hmm. Yep.
for instant gratification.
That's right, bro.
Yeah.
Verse 7, and the eyes of them were both opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And when you go into those aprons, because you make the point going into how when Esau they got Jake to go off completely and get involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into those aprons, that really goes back to strange apparel that's tied to witchcraft and the things that they do.
Right.
So as soon as they ate that fruit and took on that philosophy, man, they went on with that for a little bit, man. And that's the same thing that Jake does when they hear when they're beguiled by the serpent through Esau's pseudoscience, his witchcraft. They take on that whole personification of this beast system, and they wear it, man. And that's why it talks about pride. They pretty much they sport it. You know what I'm saying? And that sport goes to wear like a chain. And that's the state that Jake is in. Look at Black Lives Matter. That's no different than that strange apparel or those aprons that was made, man.
That's right. Kind of like a Pride March itself.
You said what?
Kind of like Pride March itself, right?
That's right.
That's what it is.
If I can say this, a beautiful example of that is Gabrielle Union.
Yes, sir.
And that family that was in her family with Dwayne Wade and her son, or her transgender son. There's a picture circulating of her dressed like a witch. Dwayne Wade with red hair and a skirt on, and the little boy with a purple wig on, you know what I'm saying, with a damn dress on, man. Looking through.
No.
But it all came from what? From that strange philosophy, man.
That's love. That's evolving. You're the old way to go. No, a girl being a girl and a boy being a. You're hateful if you think that.
Right.
How could you only say that there's two sexes?
Yeah.
Well, no, he can do what he wants. This is love. You're hateful.
Yeah.
And look at the end result.
And you,
But according to evolution, that's the whole premise of in which proper genes are passed down via sex. So if you are a proponent for evolution, then why would you push that?
Right.
Unless you're trying to control somebody.
Then when you state the argument, it's just nature, man. Okay, you saying that we're gonna take these labels, these natural labels of male and female away. Okay, we got physical identifiers, man. A man that has a certain body part and a woman that. You say, okay, well I'll take that off then. Okay, I'll create that part on this, man.
You're still a man or a girl.
Because you can't reproduce. That's the whole premises of sex.
That's right.
You know, this guy's tongue-tied, man.
You was gonna say something?
oh no.
No, I had a quick precept. 2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not.
The God of this world.
The God of this world. We know who the God of this world is, man. It's Esau Edom. The man who says that I am, and besides me there is no other. Via what? His philosophy, his history, right? His religions, all has been used to push the idea that he's the superior human. You know? And with that ideology, he has westernized the whole world, and debauchery has increased substantially. In the next, we could just say, within 10 years, look at all the freakism that has occurred with that ideology of them saying, declaring that they're the police of the state. Now drug rings are everywhere, pedophile rings everywhere, man. Grown man over 200 pounds wearing dresses. You know what I'm saying? With a perm. Women are studs out of order. You know, don't want to reproduce. They say they say an attribute of a so-called developed country is when the population begins to decrease. When there's less children.
That's eugenics.
Yeah.
You see?
What they want.
That's eugenics. That's what he's doing. When you listen to Bill Gates, their eugenics, that goes back to their eugenics plan, man.
That's right. I got one more thing.
You finished?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, there's a little more, but if mother, go ahead. 2 Corinthians 4 and 4. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So going back to what the Saquon was bringing out, the people, our people listen to what we say, and it's crazy, it's far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? It's we're religious zealots, but they look at what the so-called white man does, and they agree with it, man. Why is that? Because they have been blinded by this way. Our people don't understand that there's a better way. You know, but they believe in this place because, you know, that's what they will grow on. That's what we grew up on, man. I remember even scoffing at holistic medicine, like herbs and things like that. I just scoffed at that when I was young. Like, man, just give me some pills. You know, I ain't trying to do all that earthy stuff.
Deep shit. There you go with that.
You go with that earthy stuff. Hey, we went out to Oklahoma, and we were just like, damn, we haven't done. I've never just went to another state. Went to its wildlife, man. You know, I grew up in the country, and being in the wildlife was cool, but going somewhere else and experience, you know, another environment, people were deemed that as acting white. Going to a cabin,
Right. Collecting stones.
Yeah. I had one of my coworkers was like, so how did your wife feel about you and a whole bunch of men going to a cabin? It's like,
Fuck
why
the
would you think some
Jesus.
shit like that? But that's the world that we live in.
Mhm.
It's tarnished, man.
And then that's and this is also the world that gets awarded for an Academy Award for Brokeback Mountain at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why. So that's why you're thinking that way. You promoting BS, so that's why you thinking that way, man.
Cause he really hoping you come tell him some shit he would have done.
Yeah.
Can I go next time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hated it.
yeah. This is the world that we living in, man. Bizarro. Everything is the exact opposite. You know?
That's right.
You had some?
Kind of. Okay. This is Isaiah 47. Let me know if you want me to get further down because there's a lot of read on it. This is Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
And this is that virgin daughter of Babylon.
That's right.
And they're sitting in the dust because now this truth is out.
That's right.
The scriptures say, O Lord, when thou awake, thou shalt despise their image. That's in Psalms, the 73rd chapter. So we're finding out the Lord despises the image of the beast through what? The prophets going out.
That's right.
Now that the prophets are, these people are bad. People, the wickedness is starting to you starting to look at the behavior of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, ugh.
Yep.
Now that this light is here, darkness, you like,
Yeah.
hell no.
Yeah.
Detach yourself away from it. Go say something.
I got a precept right after him back of everything y'all just said.
Hit it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is going into mocking, because now they're being mocked right now by the prophets. This is going into the judgment of Canaan when you read about it, but this is modern day Canaan right here. All right, spiritually that is. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12:25. Therefore unto them, as to children without the use of reason, thou didst send a judgment to mock them.
Yeah.
And that's what the prophets are doing right now, man. As that skirt's being lifted and that BS is being put on the front, they're being mocked right now. Okay? But they that would not be reformed by the correction wherein he dallied with them shall feel a judgment worthy of the Most High. Lord is going to jack this place up, man.
That's right.
You know, they've done so much wickedness, they're going to receive a judgment worthy of the Most High, man. Can you fathom that, bro? That's why it's going like an alien invasion, man, because they've done too much.
That's why Daniel said this is gonna be a time like no other.
That's right.
Exactly.
This particular judgment, man.
That's right, bro.
Because the wickedness of America is unsurmountable. We could go to one topic and do a series on the filth of this place, man. Whether it be the toxin in the food, whether it be toxin in the air that we breathe, pollution of the earth, the molestation of children, whether it be actually physically or mentally. You know what I'm saying? The disruption of man and woman. You know, there's actually pages that are dedicated on YouTube that are dedicated to going into these small topics or these small matters. Dedicated to going into the filth that's in your food, the filth between man and women.
Right.
You see? So this place is going to be destroyed with a sword destruction, man.
How could that be if this was a righteous place?
Right.
That's right.
Right.
You wouldn't even have no even speak of something like that. People have to dedicate the majority of their life to exposing the wickedness in our food, man.
Yeah.
Witchcraft, fucking man, all the things, man. It's like that's another part of them detaching away from the Heavenly Father, man. Showing that I got a better way.
Brothers,
That's right.
yeah, brothers got children, man.
Right.
Who the hell wants to raise their children in this fucking cesspool? Pardon my French. Who wants to raise their children in this cesspool, bro?
Right.
You for one, you worrying about yourself, but now it's like you got a responsibility to your son and your daughter, man.
Oh boy.
You know, and I know it stresses brothers, man.
Right.
Me personally, I don't even have children, but you know, my nephews and nieces, I'm like, damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't know no better because my siblings ain't in the truth.
Right.
You know?
That's right, bro.
That's right.
This is the final verse, verse 27. For look, for what thing they grudged when they were punished, that is, for them whom they thought to be gods. Look at Esau, man. You know, he's punished. They think he's a god, but he's finna get brought down. Now being punished in them, when they saw, they acknowledged him to be the true God, whom before they denied to know, and therefore came extreme damnation upon them. And that's like when the scriptures say, then they shall know that the Lord had done it.
Yeah.
When these judgments happen, man, they gonna realize, okay, dang, we ain't no God. It's the true God that did this, man. Like Antiochus,
I was thinking that, brother.
you know, when he died, the Lord jacked him up and put cancers and sores in his body, and his body was eating itself from the inside out. He repented, but it was too late, man. You know, and that's the same judgment that's coming into America, bro. It's done way too much. Esau's done way too much, man. So when he goes, it's gonna be in a very dramatic fashion, man.
Hey, then there was I think a verse or two up. It said, "Worthy of the Most High's judgment."
Mhm.
And you gotta. That's why nothing we could do could amount. So this is all about the Most High, man.
Right.
It's not about us and us getting justice. The Most High is gonna get justice.
That's
man.
right, bro.
He's gonna get the glory, man. That's why I said worthy of His judgment, man. All right, Jake. His idea of justice is so fucking minute and small. It's ridiculous, man. Of wanting to see a Edomite cop get arrested and charged.
Yeah, what is that gonna do?
Yeah, just right.
Let's get a law for Breonna Taylor. Let's get a law implemented.
Come on, man.
Yeah, let's put Breonna
Because
Taylor.
they don't have the vision. The
Yeah.
prophets are very important to our nation. See, your leaders are supposed to be the prophets. The only way to combat this darkness is through the true light. Trying to get a victory from within the system, you only make yourself look like a damn fool and you get dumber. Okay, that's why, like we were saying, Sonnet and all of these, nobody want to listen to that shit no more.
Right.
So they gotta talk about, they gotta attach the light to it. That's why he's talking about the Israelites. There's nothing else to talk about. Egyptology has failed the people. You know, going to Egypt had not worked. This world is of Egypt.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel chapter 32, verse 18. It says, "Son of man, wail for the multitude of Egypt, and cast them down, even her and the daughters of the famous nation, unto the nether parts of the earth, with them that go down into the pit." You know, because everybody was congregating amongst themselves. You know, and Esau is part of Esau is the nation of Edom, is the nation of Egypt.
Right, they're the modern day Egyptians, man.
Right.
And all of those anthropologists that the elder was talking about, bro, those are they're all into Egypt.
Heavy.
The true, yeah, they're the true, you know, the Sonnetter and all of these guys. What's this? The furthest Jake went into Egypt was Shaka Amos. You know, the pony. You know, he had the pony because that's a little boy's hairstyle in Egypt. That was how little boys wear their hair. But the true wisdom of Egypt is magic, man.
Yep.
So the elites of this world are the true modern day Egyptians. You Jakes just see the gold and the black skin.
Yeah,
That's it.
Esau got the actual records to
Right.
go in and study what the hell they was doing and
Right.
then magnify it and amplify the wickedness, man.
What you think the Greeks did?
Yep.
The Greeks went straight to the Egyptian libraries and followed those guys.
They did. They did.
Totally
Right?
They created a whole library about
They
it.
created a whole library, man. They started bringing out
Yeah.
strange wisdom. The
That's
same
right.
thing as today.
Because what the Egypt used to worship, Egypt used to worship the act of sex. That's why a lot of gods had, you know what I'm saying, multiple genders and also exaggerated sexual organs. Like case in point, the guy Goth. You know what I'm saying? Had a erected penis.
Like,
You know
damn.
what I'm saying? Like, damn, this thing just got a big ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Little dude, you know.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also they had the oldest records of homosexuality. They actually had two aristocrats get buried with one another, man.
When you look at one of their creator gods, Geb, he swallowed his own semen and spit it on the earth. And they said that's how creation happened.
Right.
Yeah, how you bust the whole galaxy and like what type of orgasm is that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, son.
Man, bro.
So, even the onk, the onk is what the vagina and the penis connected
Yeah.
as one.
Goes back to trannies.
Yep. So it's all about worshiping sex and doing sexual rituals in order to engulf these gods, man. And you see that in contemporarily speaking, in music and things of that nature. That's why everything is so overly sexualized, man.
That's right.
That's why that's another reason, another indicator that this place is Egypt
Right. Right.
and Sodom.
Right. Exactly.
Allude to Revelation, the 11th chapter, bro.
Were you still in Isaiah?
Oh, slucky.
I got this real quick. This is Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman?
Right. So,
Yes.
hey, sorry. Hey, so we as prophets, you know, because we have been purified by this word, we're looking at what's going on in the world, and we're just, you know, blatantly calling it stupid, man.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. You look at what's going on in the world, it's just stupid. Why would you want to change a man to a woman? What's the purpose of that? He can't reproduce, or it can't reproduce. And then secondly, it just causing mass confusion. And then won't you fix the relationship between men and women? If you're just so concerned about genders, because there's hell of black women out there that are unmarried by themselves, single as hell. Won't you mend that? It's all about witchcraft when it comes to this guy, man. And it's just stupid. It's just debauchery. This is a free-for-all of freakism, man. Everybody's looking at this place and they're saying, man, this place is disgusting, man. This place needs to be destroyed off the face of the earth. For all of its wickedness and wantonness that he has spread across the earth, man.
Yep. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
That's right. So that's why all these things are coming out on Esau, Edom in the latter days. You know, things that we have been breaking out for years, you know, are finally coming out. Pizzagate, the drinking of blood, you know what I'm saying, you know, plasma, you know, taking people's plasma for youth, you know what I'm saying, you know, these pedophile rings, things of that nature. All that is being exposed for a reason, because the prophets have been set under watch. And the right-hand power is starting to become more powerful, and conversely, the left-hand power is waning.
Right.
Plagues.
Right.
That's right. They starting to get plagues like Egypt.
Right. They get caught. Ellen DeGeneres just got charged with sexual misconduct, the Epstein files. And why ain't they bringing it out?
Man,
they keep saying, we got names. It's the same damn names.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton, Chris Tucker, you know, all of it. But bring out the true names, man. If that was Jake, that shit would have been out already. And all of them niggas would be locked up.
That's right.
But it's just this ongoing, lingering mystery about this out in the open pedophile ring on this island, and it's still being investigated.
Right. Yeah.
That's how you know this is a wicked society, man.
The niggas sat there and destroyed a couple of record labels when you had that Ja Ruling thing going. Bro, fans came in, moved in, froze them niggas records, and destroyed them niggas, bro.
Destroyed them, shut them down.
Still investigating shit.
But they still got it's an investigation. All of these big names are being brought out. It's the spirit. They can't hide no more.
Bro, this nigga Tom Hanks moved to Greece just so he can continue on in his freakism.
Yeah.
Greece.
Over there in Greece, the brother from Vegas brought it out. They deem pedophilia as a mental illness.
Yeah.
So you can go over there and get a ticket. I just got a mental illness. That's why, you know, I done did all this freaking shit.
And they're praised for it. With that mental illness, they're praised that they're able to endure through their habits and be okay. They receive appraisal for it over there in Greece, man.
Like
And
it's
it's
struggling with
This is
something.
some bullshit.
They're fighting, they're persevering through a great sickness.
Man,
No, that is some BS.
so crazy.
But if I
Man.
go try to get some pussy from a 33-year-old woman, I'm just the scum of the earth.
Yeah. How can he?
Yeah, I go get some head. I'm just, you know, I'm just demonized, man. Excuse my language. You know, but come on, man. This is some BS, man.
Yep. A man wanting more than one woman, you're the worst thing
Oh
going.
man, you a horrible person.
But the Kardashians, they can get smashed all on tape by multiple different men, show up with another nigga come off the backboard, she catch him.
Yeah.
They stay with a nigga and they, you know,
Nigga.
stay, and that's cool.
Yeah, women, Superhead wrote a book.
Yeah.
Women idolize that.
Yeah,
fucking brand.
yes.
Not just your so-called whores. I don't quote a line Esau said in the movie. He said, "You just don't get it. They're all whores. Even your so-called college grad, they're the worst ones, man.
Oh,
These
goodness,
ones, the
they
government
horrible.
job and professional, they
They
idolize that damn book superhero.
Right. Well, in ancient Babylon, a woman, in order to be deemed a woman, you had to be a whore. You had to have a train ran on you in the temple of Venus in ancient Assyria, which was the capital. With Nineveh, you would have to have that happen to you. A woman would basically have to be a whore to be deemed a true woman. So we see those same practices and behavior. And what does that lead to?
How to girl something?
That's a horrible legacy, like fathers, your daughter just out there, that's not life, man.
It's not what it is, bro.
Yeah,
It's not where it's at.
yeah, they have what's called a hope phase before the age of 30.
Right.
And a lot of women, when they turn 30, they get depressed
And hit
that
the
they
wall.
can't run around acting like hoes no more, and they gotta settle down. They literally call that a whole phase, man.
Yeah, 25, like around 23, 25, they out there.
Yeah.
And then they try to get it together around 20, 26 because they know, oh, I'm about to be 30. So they done did all this nasty stuff, and then they want to backtrack. You know what I'm saying? Get on Instagram and act like they're just so innocent. They got a book coming out all of a sudden.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A consulting group.
Right. She done been with a nigga that can fly.
Every black woman got a consulting group.
Yeah.
She's got a consulting group.
Looks ain't everything now. Where's the men that can provide and do this and that? What have you done for a man to provide?
Well, it's just this is horrible, man. It's hell, man. Like literally, bro. It's just out of order. Men, it's out of order. Women, you get with these women. They didn't been with these dudes, bro. Niggas did it. They didn't found any type of nigga. Nigga pump 80 times in 1 second. Nigga fly, stand in the middle of the room and fly. Nigga don't do this. Nigga do that. And then you get with them. What can you show?
Yeah.
She done had all of these different vibrations on her. So man, we are literally in hell, man, and we're the only ones that are really saying something about it, man. The black consciousness community and black culture has nothing to say about these perversions, man. African Bambaataa, okay, he got swept under the rug. The way Little Kim looked, that's swept under the rug. The way Michael Jackson looked, that's swept under the rug.
That's right.
All of these perversions, niggas just doing all sorts of wickedness, and they swept under the rug, man. Niggas don't have nothing to say about wickedness, man.
Generation of New Jake is swept under the rug. It's just kind of like when we was young, bro. These niggas are terrible, bro.
Right.
These little dread, bro. I hate seeing little niggas with dreads. I just associate them with problems.
Monster.
You know.
Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 8. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. And what's a besieged city?
Yeah.
The city has been ran the hell through.
Hey, because a cottage is a place where you plant.
Yeah.
So basically, just open.
Yep.
It goes to something very similar in Isaiah the 5th chapter, man. Basically, how the Most High allowed all these other nations to tear up His vineyard.
Right.
That's what happened to our women, man.
Exactly.
Because they don't have that hedge of protection, having a father,
Yep.
having a stable family, having a mother to teach them how to mother, to be a mother, man.
Yep.
They out here being wild, man. You know, that's not advantageous for a society, bro. And the number one person who they put as that image of a rebellious woman is all women, bro.
Right. Exactly.
They always use all vibration to
Right.
push wickedness.
Right. That's right.
Listen to the music that's on the radio.
Oh Lord.
But
It's
listen,
horrible.
listen to country music.
Yeah.
Vastly different. They'll let you know that the powers that be,
Yeah.
and then you talk about them, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, or have strategically put our women, you know what I'm saying, in a place of rebellion,
Yeah.
and a place of basically a place or a position that's not advantageous for the family, bro.
Right.
And your top, if I can say this, your top musicians have told you this. I said, bro, you go in that boardroom meeting, bro, I said, these women covered up, head covered up. What's this? We can't work with this. T.I. said that. He said, bro, he said, you be at the meets. Man, what's this? We can't work with this. No, give me that. Her with the 2-piece. And then we gonna bleep out the top. We gonna do this and that. Just like the brothers going into, man. Just like the priests is going into. It's the powers that be, man.
the priesthood on the left hand side.
Yeah.
They want darkness
Yeah.
pushed forth, man.
That's it.
Little Kim on the front of the album with her legs wide open.
Yeah.
That's one of the top 10 nigga albums ever.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And on that album, all she doing is talking about sex.
Yeah.
Look
at Megan Thee Stallion, same way.
Yeah.
It's a new
well, I ain't even got that far. Okay, the shit, these days, some of the beats are catchy, but it's too demonic, man.
Yeah. Man,
It's demonic, bro.
it's unfortunate she got shot in the leg, man. If it was a foot and a half higher, man, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Dang, witch. This is Isaiah 1 and 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like Gomorrah.
Man, so what we're doing is very important.
That's right.
We represent Noah building that ark in the midst of all of the wickedness, because as we talked about, Adam, Eve ate that fruit. Well, you can read how that played out with the sons of God. What did it say? That they basically they pissed the Lord off.
That's right. That's
So
right.
basically, that was Jake eating of that fruit,
They did
man.
the same thing.
Doing
That's right.
wickedness, bro. Just like, bro. And Noah, what did he tell Noah? I have found righteousness amongst this wicked and evil generation in you.
Yes.
So what did Noah do? He built that ark. And then while his people was doing all of that wickedness, they were probably like, you weirdo.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Y'all look stupid. You look stupid. But he kept building. He kept building. And ultimately, he was the remnant.
That's right.
He was the remnant, basically, that the Lord killed off, everything else and start over with him, man. And son. So we're going to be likened unto that, man. If it wasn't for the remnant, the Lord putting the spirit in us, bro, our nation would, it'd be over with, bro.
Now the ark is gonna come again in the form of the chariots. man.
That's right, bro. That's right.
That's
That's
real
right.
quick precept.
Yeah.
Just to land back on what you said, it's Revelation 3 and starting at 17. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. That's a very descriptive list to show when you think that you got everything and you don't need the Most High, man. Okay? But reading on, it says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And that's what we're fighting for, man. Even the example the other was bringing up, going into Noah, man. All right? This is a representation of what he did, man. Okay, he bought of the gold tried in the fire by the Heavenly Father, man. All right? We're righteously lusting after those spiritual gifts and treasures, man. Okay, so we can be able to continuously receive this understanding to break this word down.
Right. But Jake don't see any good in suffering for righteousness' sake. That's why he said, buy of me gold tried in the fire. But that's what we're doing.
Right.
We're going through that purification process, but Jake wants to try to go some other way to get that instant gratification.
Right.
That's what Jay-Z and Beyonce, all they're doing is trying to go up some other way to the glory that the Lord promised.
That's right.
And what do they do in the process? They destroy themselves, and they're wretched, they're miserable, they're actually poor. They may have of the riches of this world, but they're very poor, they're very low, and they're naked.
Yeah.
Without the Beyonce was just I told this brother she just signed that $100 million deal with Disney. Black is King.
Yeah.
Through.
You already know what's going on with that, man. So our people don't see any benefit in true wisdom. They don't see any benefit. Just like wisdom, hey, you got to be obedient to get to glory.
That's right.
Just like herbs, you got to take herbs. You can't just take a herb and then the next day you good.
Right.
It takes obedience. It takes discipline. You got to get these things in you. It has to be a part of your life. But see, Jake wants that instant gratification to where the soul and the spirit and the process of things is not natural. And it's leading to, man, our people look bad out here, bro. Right. They look horrible. Then they go on Vlad TV with the dark shades.
Yeah.
You know what, Vlad? Talking this stupid shit and what's that nigga, Crunchy Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they're just used and abused and wore out, and then they go there to do an interview. That's it, or do an unsung.
Unsung, yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. All of them. It never failed. You know, when Marvin Gaye moved to Hollywood, they said his life, his image, everything went downhill, bro. It's something about Hollywood because what?
Yeah.
That's a Babylonian church.
Yes, it is very demonic.
The entrance to Hollywood is a Babylonian wall, man.
Holy wood.
Right.
That Hollywood means holy wood, which is witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, so it's holy wood. So on the left hand side.
Right,
yeah.
right. It's basically, man, spells, and this is a Babylonian church, and the Jay-Z, their temple priests and priestesses and harlots and all sorts of things going on, and it's right before your face.
Yeah.
But they're poor, they're blind, they're naked, they're miserable, they're wretched and naked, man. So that's why the Lord say, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, mean repent and go through the straight gate.
Right.
Do what's right, be obedient. Choose true wisdom, man. Choose life, and then it'll come, man. And once we get it the right way, it's gonna matter. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting riches and people to be at your feet. You know, we're gonna get all of that. People are gonna literally worship the under Yahushua, the 144, all Israel. Yeah. When the heathen see all Israel, they're gonna be like, oh my God, you're one of those people. You're an Israelite. But see, Jake wants to get it some other way, and look how I got him looking, bro. Look at Freddie Jackson.
He's done, bro.
Hurt.
He trusted his enemy. That's why this. Go ahead. You got a precept.
In Matthew 12.
That's why the scriptures say, "Never trust thine." This is the best game you could give your child.
Yeah.
This right here, this wisdom here, it'll save you from that BS, man. Esau using and abusing your ass. You got it.
He got a little more. He said he got a little verse left on that one.
I'll read that last. It said,
I'll read it for you, and you can break it down. This is Revelation 3:18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear.
and how is that gonna happen, man? 'Cause you started off, you already said the first part is repenting, man. All right, and understanding, counting the cost of what we gonna have to do to obtain the things that we have faith in, man. All right, concerning just first off getting this knowledge, man. All right, and enduring it to the end, man. All right, and that's what Jake is trying to, like the elder was going into. Jake is ruling that out. We don't want to have to go through that part of it. We just want to get the reward, man. And then Esau had already messed up your psyche to where the reward is on such a low level you don't even know.
That's right.
And that's why the elites is coming after the men of the Lord, because these are the ones that had woke up from this sleep I cast out, man. Finish that verse out.
It says, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see.
Yeah. What type of eye salve is that, man? It's spiritual, man. All right, and that's the whole thing. We the ones that can see, man. The rest of these people still blinded and trusting. When we bring out the truth of these scriptures, they really like, how can that benefit me in this society, in this world that exists right now? When we not telling you this is gonna benefit you in the world to come, man, and right now, because you're gonna receive spiritual protection, be able to see, be healed.
Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is with his saints, and he hath care for his elect. Goes back to that eye salve, man. If you got that eye salve anointed with that, man, you're gonna have that extra protection, and you're gonna see it. You know, and you don't see it with your physical eyes, but that goes into your faith. Having that understanding that we're gonna be okay in this wicked, wretched ass place. The Lord is with you, man. You know what I'm saying? We're in a great position right now, being circled by so much wickedness, but the Lord still was like, I got y'all good. That's a huge blessing right there, man. And like the elder said earlier, man, that shows you how important the remnant actually is. You know? We leaders of the new world. You know? That's it on that one.
So, I mean, let's see. Nah, that's it. The point was made. Yeah, man, this is we're, hey, like the brother said, we're in the best position, brothers. You know, repentance and you know, choosing life is the best thing you could do with your, with investing your time into.
Kind.
You know, because this world is going in a very, very dark way. I mean, and while our people think what we're doing is stupid, well, they still celebrating Christmas. They got catfish in their back teeth, talking shit.
Man.
Their lives are destroyed. They don't know nothing. They're talking about voting. So we have the true riches. Let them have this world. You know, those who repent, repent. Seek out, all right, salvation. Seek life, man. To hell with death. Okay, and continue to throw up those prayers and offer up those righteous sacrifices, man.
That's
Because
right.
the Lord is on his way back.
That's right.
That's right.
It's clear. I mean, how much longer do you think the Lord, the creator of heaven and earth, is going to allow just the little stuff we touched on today? How much longer do you think he's going to allow it?
Right.
There was always a point where the Lord said enough is enough.
Yep.
So get your spirits right before that point, man.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's what this repentance is for, man. Because
That's right.
hey, Noah warned. So we've been warning, but we're coming to that point where, man, the Lord is going to hit, and it's going to be too late, man.
That's right.
So with that, we're going to give all praise to
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.